Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how I do group guided reading in my class. I don't read with all 4 groups every single day. I read with 2 groups a day so that I can make sure that everybody gets a chance to read throughout the week. And I cover many things within my group guided reading time. So here are just some examples of how I do it.
Right, my purple lemon, you come to the mat.
Every time a new group comes to the mat, I start off my group guided reading with a nice fun game, just as an icebreaker to get them confident and comfortable on the mat.
Leg out, leg out. Leg out.
When starting a new book, we discuss the cover, the title, and then we do what we call a picture walk, where the learners will page through the book and see if they can predict what the story is going to be about just based on the pictures. Once they've done that, then we discuss what they think the book might be about.
What to do now is a picture walk. So, we're going to look through the pages, look just at the pictures, and we're going to see if we can tell what the story is going to be about. Now if you look through the pictures, has anybody got any idea what the story might be about?
Once we've done our picture walk, we will then read the book together. We will pause on each page for a learner to, for instance, give some kind of language thing. So for instance, in this lesson, I asked them to provide me with a verb that they can see on the page. Later on, you might ask them, is this verb in the present tense or in the past tense? And you can give them a sentence that is in the present tense, and then you can ask them to change it. What would it be if it was in the past tense? You can even pause them to discuss punctuation marks like this.
So, what is that punctuation mark? It's a question mark. Show me. Question mark. Now, when I have that at the end of the sentence, I'm asking a question. So do I say, please may I have it? You have to ask it like a question. Please may I have it? Well done. Okay. So Dad says yes, as long as it doesn't cost too much. Right. Well done. Good. Well done. Is that verb in the present tense or in the past tense? Think when it happened. Look. Past tense. Okay. Said it looks better already. Well done. Now, shampoo. How many sounds do I hear in that word? Count it. How many sounds? 5. But how many letters are in that word? 7 letters, but only 5 sounds.
The easiest way that I found for my kids to transition from one group to the next is to make it fun, right? You want everybody to do the same thing, otherwise you're going to have children jumping up off the mat and running to their table, and it will be absolute chaos. So I like to give my children instructions. So this is a good listening skill as well. For instance, put your toes together and waddle to your desk. Or put your heels together and waddle on your desk. Or walk on your tiptoes like a ninja. Or stomp your feet like an elephant. So the learners have to listen, they have to follow the instruction, and once they are at their table, I will then call the next group to the mat.
Right. Very good. Right. You're going to practice that at home. Well done. Once you try to stand, put your heels together. And I want you to waddle to your tables. Waddle to your tables. Okay, my pink llamas.
As I mentioned before, not all children read the same. Some learners will read really quickly, they have great fluency, they've built up a vocabulary, and then you have some learners who are still sounding out words and struggling with fluency. That is why we have the ability groups. You will see that some of my learners have mastered the skill of fluency, and so they are already on their Oxford books and reading those. And then I have some learners who are still on the decodable reading cards because they don't yet have that fluency.
At the camp, not late at the camp, he looked at the key for a long time as at last he fell asleep. Suddenly the key glowed and the magic began to work.
Well, there you have it. That's how I do group guided reading in my class. I really hope that you realize that what works for me might not necessarily work for you. So my challenge to you is find what works for you in your classroom, in your circumstances for your children. I think it is vitally important that group guided reading is done every single day. We don't have the excuse of COVID anymore, and make that plan, make that effort, even if it means that every day you are trying something new. Try it until you find something that works for you. Happy reading and good luck.